have a problem from homework 2. It is question 9. It is marked 7.2.42. So we have here that the mean gas mileage for a hybrid car is 57 miles per gallon. So that means that the average, if we were to actually add up all those values and divide by how many we had in our sample, we would get 57 miles per gallon. Suppose that the gasoline mileage is approximately normally distributed with a standard deviation of 3.5 miles per gallon. What proportion of hybrids get over 62 miles per gallon? What proportion gets 51 miles per gallon or less? And what proportion of hybrids get between 57 and 62? They also want to know what is the probability that a randomly selected hybrid gets less than 46 miles per gallon. Now at first, I bet this seems very complicated, but if you use StatCrunch, there's a great way for you to get all of these answers pretty quickly. So the first thing that we have to do is click on the icon here to get the values. And actually, you know what, we're not going to need this. I thought they were going to put the values in a table for me, but they're just giving me the normal curve, so never mind. We don't need that. That's if we were going to do it by hand. So let's go to question help instead, because I want to open StatCrunch. So many times if I click that little icon, it will bring me to data, and then it will have a StatCrunch opening pop up, but this one we'll just go to the StatCrunch that way. So here StatCrunch comes, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to what's called the normal calculator, and I'm going to show you how to get to that so we can input our information and be able to get these probabilities really easily. So to get to the normal calculator, we're going to press Stat, we're going to go to Calculators, and then we're going to go all the way down here to Normal. Okay, so Stat, Calculators, Normal. Now, what you have here is you have the standard normal distribution. Here's this pretty bell shape. It's symmetric. And here, this is a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1. So this is the standard normal curve. So if you were to bring back this little icon over here that has the standard normal distribution, this right now is going to get you all of those areas that are in this table. Okay, now the other thing is, what we have here is we don't have a mean of 0, we have a mean of 57. And instead of a standard deviation of 1, we have a standard deviation of 3.5. So we can change our normal distribution here to have the mean of 57. And what was the standard deviation again? It was 3.5. So we're going to go over here and make a standard deviation of 3.5 and press enter. So as you can see, it's created a new x-axis for me, right? And now we have the normal curve that is placed over this new graph, okay? Now what we want here is we want in letter A, and your numbers may be a little bit different in your problem. What MyMathLab does is it generates different numbers for each problem. So you'll just enter your numbers into the computer. What proportion of hybrids get over 62 miles per gallon? So if I want over 62 miles per gallon, I'm going to go to my calculator. I'm going to make this a greater than symbol because I want to be bigger than 62. And I want the probability that x is greater than, and I'm going to put my 62 right here. And it's going to give me that probability. It even highlights it here because probabilities are the same as the area that is shaded underneath the normal curve. Okay, so I am going to be rounding to 4 decimal places here. See how it says 4 decimal places. So I'm going to go up to 4 decimal places, which would be the 5. I look to the right and it's a 6. So I'm going to round that 5 to a 6 because that number next to it is greater than 5. So I'm going to make that 0.0766. 0.0766. Okay, now the next one here is I want a hybrid that gets 51 miles per gallon or less. So here I'm going to change my symbol to the less than symbol, and I want 51 miles per gallon or less. So again, I'm rounding to 4 decimal places, so 0.0432. Next to that's a 3, so we're going to keep that 2 the same. So just 0.0432. 0.0432. Okay, the next one we want is one that gets between 57 and 62. Now this may seem a little scary at first, but if you look at your standard normal calculator, we have the between function. So if I go to between, again, I always forget which values it wants me to do between. I need 57 and 62, so I'm going to put a 57 here and a 62 here and press enter. And then again, you can see that it's shaded between those two values, and my probability is 0.4234. The 3 is next to it, so I'm going to keep this 4 as a 4. Stay the same. So 0.4234. 0.4234. And last but not least, the probability that a randomly selected gas hybrid gets less than 46 miles per gallon. We want to go back to our standard, and we want to get less than 46. Now, as you can see here, it's a very small amount, so it's it doesn't even see any shading over here. It's that small, 0.0008. So let's see, 0.0008, that's very close to 0. 0.08% actually. And there we go. So again, don't worry about this problem. Once you get into the Standard Normal Calculator, it makes it much easier to do.